Good morning from the Aquino National Airport in Manila. It's about 1:30 a.m. Slept part of the flight, so I'm doing okay. Waiting for my bags. Health checks weren't any big deal. Everything went okay. And welcome me to Manila and the beginning of the big adventure. Wow, it's been exactly a year since I started this journey. Bought my motorcycle in Manila, drove all around Luzon like a crazy person, then headed south through southern Luzon, got down to the south, took the ferry over to Masbate, next ferry over to Cebu. Kind of used Cebu as my base when I was traveling around Visayas, but then from Cebu, drove all around Cebu, went to Bantian Island, that was fun. Then over to Bohol, drove all around Bohol, beautiful island. Then afterwards went around northern Leyte to Tacloban and around Samar. And then to Negros, up to Bacolod, and then the ferry over to Iloilo, around the island there with Iloilo. Drove all around the whole island. That was cool. Beautiful place too. Then back across Negros to San Carlos, ferry across to Cebu again. Then finally back to Ormoc, down south to the tip of Leyte so I could take the ferry to Mindanao. Then from Surigao, drove down the coast. Just randomly drove down there and then back up. Butuan, went up to Butuan and then over to CDO, Cagayan de Oro. Then down to Davao. I'm skipping so many places I stopped along the way, but they were so numerous I can't figure it out. Then to Samal Island, and then from Samal Island over to the East Coast again, down the East Coast. My most recent videos down to GovGen, then back up to Davao. Wow, what a trip that's been. And here we are in Davao. Just a little city tour of Davao for a few minutes here. Davao is one of the biggest cities in the Philippines, but it's not so massive and dirty and unmanageable as Manila. It doesn't have nearly the same kind of traffic issues that Cebu has, but it's a city. It has a lot of stuff. So, you're not going to feel like you're in some small town where you're, giving up stuff. They've got 4 massive malls. They've got 2 SM malls. They've got a Brisa Mall, which is one of the Ayala mall chains. They've got a huge Gaisano Mall. It's just got everything. It's got everything you need. But it's not just unmanageable and doesn't have the crazy traffic like some of the other cities. So I really like it here. I think it's a really nice place. But I'm kind of a city boy. I like to have a lot of those conveniences. Some of you might enjoy places that are a lot more isolated, but for me, I think Davao is kind of like the perfect mix of big city, but not too big. Over here, we're going to pass pass by SM Ecoland, one of the big malls. It's actually one of the older malls, but it's been refurbished. Really nice mall, you know, good place to hang out, a lot of good restaurants, got a Starbucks, you know, nice place. You can see it's a really clean city, traffic's not that bad, it's very safe. Duterte, the former president, is from here, and the current vice president of the Philippines is his daughter, and it's just a really safe city. I've never felt at all uncomfortable or unsafe here. Beautiful little place, in my opinion. So we're coming up here on Abriza Mall, which is the Ayala Mall here in Davao. Yeah, it's a nice place. We're gonna take a little tour inside, walk around a little bit. It looks like a mall, you know, but it's beautiful. It's a nice place. They got the standard stuff. You know, Davao has a lot of, tons of McDonald's. Of course, lots of Jollibees. They've got some Burger Kings. They got all the normal Western food that you could find anywhere in the big cities like Manila and Cebu. So that's nice, but you know, it's also got a local flavor as well. But you can see this is a really beautiful mall. You know, nice place to hang out. And some of the shops like H&M and Mark & Spencer actually have clothes that fit me, so that's really cool. One of my past videos, I actually took you guys up to Jack's Ridge, which is just on the outskirts of Davao. It's one of the nightlife places with restaurants in Davao, but I'm not going to revisit that here. But we're just going to take a night tour of the city for a few minutes. You can check it out. Again, Davao just seems so safe to me. I never feel like it's a dangerous place at all. Plenty of nightlife places, like this is this kind of a food court area with a live band in the middle. It's kind of a university hangout. It's right by a couple of the big universities in downtown Davao. And there are a lot of universities here. It's pretty early and it's a weeknight. It's like 7 p.m. I'm sure if at 8 or 9 it would be a lot busier. For whatever reason, I decided to go to the goat restaurant because I keep seeing goats all over the place in the Philippines and I wonder what they do with them. And they do eat them, so this is some goat, and it was actually pretty darn good. Live band going, that's pretty common in the Philippines. I wandered over to this night market, you know, just to check it out. A lot of food, a lot of things to eat. A lot of drinks. Second big food court. This one's a little bit lower class, I want to say. The other one was a little bit nicer. This one's obviously for more budget people, but it was still good. Lots of different food choices. Also had a live band. My friend Giselle, we all ate together, her and her cousin and me. Oh, such bad grammar. Her cousin and I. But yeah, one of the nice things about Davao is they do have a real variety of places to go and things to do both day and night. It's not a small town, it's a pretty big city, but without a lot of the big city problems. This is the infamous suplados. If you don't know what it is, I better not tell you. This is Echelon, one of the most famous and most popular clubs in Davao. There are some other interesting things about Davao. Gosh, what are they? I just can't think of what's interesting about Davao. What could it be? Well, I'll just say I like it here. That's all. That's enough. So, what now? After almost 20,000 kilometers and 1 year, which included about 9 months of driving, I think it's time for a little bit of a break. Now, during that time, I've realized how much I really love and enjoy staying in the Philippines, so I'll definitely be back. And my plan right now is to probably be based at least part of the year in Davao. I really like it in Davao. But right now I'm gonna take a break, go back to Thailand. I just bought a house on Jomtien Beach. It needs some remodeling. That might be my next series of videos, remodeling my old junky house in Jomtien Beach. I'll keep doing some more dating videos, which I've kind of lapsed on lately. And then I'll be back. My motorcycle's still here in Davao. There's a lot of the country that I haven't seen. plenty of sights to see, plenty of places to go, plenty of people to meet. So I'll definitely be back. After over 100 videos, I hope you guys have enjoyed this series, and let's look forward to the next adventure. And finally, for all of you who've been following me on this journey, thank you. It was a very personal experience, driving around an entire country by myself. Something that I don't even know why I did myself, but it was such an adventure. It was such an amazing experience. And thank you for sharing that with me. I've had thousands of subscribers, and hundreds of people, sometimes tens of thousands of people have watched some of the videos. I'm shocked. But thank you for sharing that with me. And I hope, if nothing else, that you've enjoyed watching them, and that maybe they've inspired you to do something completely crazy that you didn't think was even possible to do. Because literally not that much more than a year ago, I just had this random idea that I wanted to go on a motorcycle tour of the Philippines, and I was lucky enough that I took the chance, made the jump, and just did it. So if there's something in your life that you've been dreaming of or thinking about, or just something that comes into your head, take the chance. Do it. You know, we only live once. All I can say is this has been one of the most amazing experiences of my life that I will never forget. So thank you for sharing this with me, and hope to see you in my future adventures. So join me on this adventure. Let's go.